This is my Ajahn, or Professor. Do you have any opinions on the GI Bill students?
I think they take it easy.
Okay.
I think they've got a good life over here. They should appreciate it.
So my professor just said that it's a good life, it's an easy life over here for the GI Bill student.
Hi, good afternoon everybody. My name is Quincy. I'm a United States veteran using my GI Bill to study here in Bangkok, Thailand. When I first looked at, how to use my GI Bill to get my higher education, I had so many questions like, could I even study overseas? What would housing be like? BAH, how would I pay for rent? What kind of classes? What would the cultural differences be? So today I'm gonna go over all of that. I'm gonna show you what the real life day-to-day is for somebody using their GI Bill to study overseas. The first thing we're gonna go over is the uniform. So I get really lucky. There's about 5 schools here in Bangkok that are approved for the GI Bill. A few of those schools, I want to say 2 or 3, require you to wear a uniform, but I go to the 2 or 3 that don't. So right here, I already have my outfit picked out. It's literally black shorts with little, graphic print on them, and gray tee I thrifted. It's super simple. Nobody's, at my school at least, nobody's ever gonna call you out on what you're wearing unless, obviously you're wearing something crazy. So if you look at my schedule here that I already have pulled up, every day I have at least 1 class, and on some days I have 2 classes. So tomorrow is Wednesday. You can see I have Mat 102, and it'll be in room 2506. So that'll be the 2nd building, 5th floor, 6th classroom on that floor. And it's from 12:30 until 2:30. So it's a 2-hour class. And yeah, luckily enough, my girlfriend that also goes to this university, she is in this class. So you guys will get to meet her tomorrow as well. So last night was Tuesday, now it's Wednesday at 11. I woke up at about 10 a.m. I texted I said, hey, since we have the same class together today, come over, I'll make some pancakes, we'll have a nice breakfast. We're getting ready to leave here in about 30 minutes or so. As you guys saw on my schedule, I start at 12:30 every day. I don't get to pick that time. At the beginning of the term, they give out the schedule, and if there's room in classes that you can take, then you can move that class, but you need to be careful when it comes to prerequisites and stuff like that. Wow. Did you expect to meet any Americans?
Well, in the university?
Coming to this university, did you expect to meet any Americans?
No, not really.
We have a really small school, so about 2,000 people, maybe 15 Americans.
Probably.
Yeah.
And British people are more rare.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, now we're off to school. So come.
Hey, what's up?
There's a lot of ways I could get to school, but the fastest and most convenient way is gonna be the bike. But it always messes up my hair. And that cost me like $2.50. So it costs like $5 to get back and forth from school every day. And it takes about 15 minutes.
Is that a verb? Day by date. Got it? So we go data. Data. Sort. Data. 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 Go there, and I need to go and select the criteria.
This is my Ajahn, or Professor.
Do you have any opinions on the GI Bill students?
I think they take it easy.
Okay.
I think they've got a good life over here. They should appreciate it.
So my professor just said that it's a good life and it's an easy life over here for the GI Bill students. All right, I'm done with my work at 1:54. Well, I still have some work to do, so I'm gonna go home.
Honey cup. Honey. Honey. Okay, cup.
Now that it's after school, I'm gonna get some things to eat, a little snack before I go home. This is one of my favorite places to go. Swadee Khab. Sam Kao.
3 แก้ว
Sam Kao. Sabay mai?
สบายดี
Okay, fine.
คุณสบายดีไหมอ่ะ
Sabay.
ไม่เจอเลย
I don't know now. Italian sodas. That'll get me through the day. She asked for 75 baht, which is like $2 US, and then I usually tip her 25 baht. And she's always gonna try to give it back to me. My ow. I'll wait for those drinks to get done. It takes about 15 minutes to get from school to back, and it costs $2, $2.50. Depends on the time of day. If you go at like 8 in the morning, it's a little bit more expensive than if you go at like noon. And then yeah, like you can't see the line fully from here, but there's a train I could take. But if I take the train, then I have to get on a bus, which is free, and then I go to school. And that would probably cost me $1 opposed to the $2.50, but it would take a lot longer because I would have to walk to the train station, wait on the train, wait on the bus, stuff like that.
Sorry, Khab. Can I have song, and then nung sticky rice?
Italian sodas, 75 baht, 2 pieces of chicken, and some rice. 45 baht. To get home, 95 baht. And to get back, 95 baht. So to get to school, 95 baht. To get back from school, 95 baht, which is 310 baht divided by 35. So about $8 is what, in my student life, is what I spend per day, because I get this almost every single day coming home. It's so addicting. So what am I gonna do now for the rest of the day is, live my life, but when it comes to being a student, I have one homework assignment. It's gonna take me about an hour. I wouldn't even say that. And then how long was I in that class for? Maybe an hour and a half out of the 2 hours. So I would say on the typical day, I spend about 3 to 4 hours of my entire school day, because it's 2:30 right now, and technically I didn't even leave till 12:10. So I would say the differences in the grading system, at least for my school, is gonna be that an A is 85% or greater, and an F is 54% or lower. So there's a little bit more leniency on the grading system here. And also in America, you have the fall semester, a winter break, spring semester, summer break. And at my school specifically, we have 3 months on, 1 month off, 3 months on, 1 month off, 3 months on, 1 month off. So we have 3 terms per year, which we get about the same amount of hours, and the same amount of classes. I think I go to a little bit more of school technically than the States, but it's a very relaxed life here. I'll make a video speaking about how to get to the GI Bill and, you know, a lot of the nitty-gritty behind it. But maybe one thing you're asking yourself is, how much do I get from the GI Bill? So they cover 100% of my tuition. And on top of that, if I'm a full-time student, I can't have a full-time job. At least in the government's eyes, they don't want me to do that, because then it gets in the way of what I'm really learning. So they want me to lock in fully on the school stuff. So they provide me with finances of $2,237 per month. And that is absolutely plenty to live here on this budget. I'll go into more detail in another YouTube video that'll be tagged below about the finances and stuff. Why did I choose to study abroad? So this is actually a great point that I'm about to make right now. So for me, I was at a point in my life, I'd gotten out of the military and I had worked about 6 months to 1 year for the government as a civilian. So the civilian life, I just hated it. It was a cubicle, it was boring, it was just nonstop, repetitive, the same thing every single day. And I just didn't like it anymore. So in order for me to continue to advance my career, I needed college degree. They said I was making about 70,000 US dollars. They said if I wanted to get to 100,000 US dollars, I needed to get my degree. So I didn't want to go to a local university and still be living at my parents' house and all this other stuff. So that's when I started looking into where you could use the GI Bill. So for me coming here, this expanded my life experience while at the same time expanding my career. So, you know, I feel like a lot of people in their young 20s, mid 20s do one or the other. They either go on a crazy adventure, and they gain wild life experience and they don't have anything to show for their career, or people lock in on their career. You can't vacation, you can't go anywhere, all that kind of stuff. But you know, you get a good career out of it. So I feel like me coming to Thailand was those meeting right in the middle, and it was just the best move I've ever made in my entire life. When it comes to enrolling at the school, it was extremely simple. All I had to do was call my schools. Every school will have somebody who deals directly with the VA. There's a VA website that you can go look at, and it has contact information, or at least the school's website. On the school's website, they'll have a counselor you can call. You then call the counselor, or even you can call the school student hub and say, hey, can people come use their GI Bill benefits here? 99% of the schools are gonna know yes if they accept it. Now, if they say I don't know, it's probably a no, because it's just something that's known for these student hub people. So then from there, you'll ask them, okay, what documents do I need to turn in? For me, I had to turn in my GI Bill eligibility form. I had to turn in passport. I had to turn in my birth certificate, and I had to turn in my high school transcript. So these 4 things is what my school student hub used to submit to the VA to get the paperwork started for me enrolling in the school. Once that happened, I haven't done any paperwork since. The only thing I've had to do is go in person to renew my visa at the immigration office. But that's pretty much just gonna sum up what I do day to day as a student here in Bangkok, Thailand, using my GI Bill. If you want to know more things like how much they pay, where to find schools, what forms to submit, are you eligible, where you can go, if you have any questions, comment below. I'll reply. If there's a question you see in the comments and you know it, or maybe I got it wrong, or you think you have a better answer, please comment below. I would love to be informed on these type of things. So, thank you.